Originally, when I was looking for a career path, I was looking at architecture. In high school, I was really good at math and I liked art, so I put them together and got architecture. But when I got into school, for the first year of studios and classes, all of the design professionals are in the same pool, and it's not until the end of that year that you apply to your specific program. So at the end of that year, I looked back on all the projects, and it was evident that the part that I was most obsessed with, that I was most interested in, was how the little imaginary people felt in all of the spaces that we were working on. So, how did they interact with the space? How did they move around the space? That really became a clear marker to me that interior design was probably more up my alley. Because of our expertise in adaptive reuse and historic buildings, we get asked to work on a lot of diverse project types. I think it's really interesting that with each new building, each historic building, it's a new chance to kind of do a research deep dive into that building and its past inhabitants. That's really fascinating to me, to kind of learn, the stories of all these buildings, and if we can, and if it makes sense, weave them into the reinvented version of these buildings. I also really like the size of Trivers. I think we're a Goldilocks firm. We're not too big and not too small. Because it's kind of an intimately sized firm, I think you get to know your coworkers really well, and you can also feel the impact that you have on all of your projects, and that's really powerful. One of my favorite projects I've worked on so far at Trivers is for a local concert venue. It's a concert venue that I've actually been to a number of times, so it was really exciting when we started working on the project. The client came to us with a really simple request. They wanted to improve the wayfinding and get people to the restrooms in a more efficient manner during intermission. But as we started asking them more questions about their goals for the project, it kind of unraveled a big ball of issues that we could address. So we're working through that now. We started with some fundraising packets, so some sort of renderings and things to get their donations and fundraising started. And we're moving into more of the meat of the design now, and it's going to be really exciting when that becomes public. Another one of the projects I'm working on right now, which is really exciting, is for our own office. We are currently in the process of moving, and we're actually going to be moving into one of our own buildings that we recently completed. So we're going to be moving into the Butler Brothers building. When we first drew up the plans for that, we blocked out retail space on the first floor for a future tenant. Now we are going to be one of those future tenants. So it's been really an interesting challenge to work on a design firm for other designers, but it's going to be a good change for us, and I'm really excited that we get to move to a newer part of town for us, and we get to share in all the great amenities that we designed for that project. Even if our clients aren't pursuing any certifications, I think signing the pledge is the right thing to do, both for the planet and for all the people on the planet. I think by signing the pledge, we're saying that we're going to be doing the right thing even when no one is watching. There are so many great things to do in St. Louis. One of my favorite things is an outdoor activity. I really like Forest Park. My husband and I have lived on 3 sides of Forest Park now, in various apartments, and now our home in Maplewood. And so we have a lot of trails that we like to walk, hiking paths, walking paths. Part of the reason I love being an interior designer is that no day is the same. I'm constantly collaborating with different people within my office, different outside contractors or consultants. Working with product reps is really interesting because each of them is an expert at whatever their product is. I also like that with every project, there's a whole new world of knowledge that I get to be a part of and learn, and kind of, peel the curtain back and deep dive into someone else's life for a little while. So that's really interesting.